It's been so long since I've done this. I'm still in my office, but this time I'm not crying, which is good. Hi there, welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year to all of you. It has been a while. 2 months, maybe? Last time I uploaded a vlog / something, whatever these are called, Kitty had just passed away. I'm doing much better. And as I said, like in my last video, if you've lost a pet, you can be sad for as long as you want. And there are still times when I am, and I miss Kitty more than anything. But things are going much better and really well. And I have a surprise for you guys. So, what is today? Today's the 4th. I'm technically on PTO this week. And I was last week, but there's just a lot going on. We have a really busy quarter, and so I have been stepping in to do some things. So basically at this point, my boss owes me an entire day off that I did not take this week because I put in a number of hours. I have one more meeting today, and then that's it. And I'm not doing anything for anyone for the rest of the week. So, yeah, anyway, so it's chilly here. It is like 25 degrees out. Allegedly, we're getting snow next week, like on Tuesday. I will believe it when I see it because, and of course, the cat is playing with the toy. Of course you are. He's just so cute, though. It is chilly out, but no snow. But we have not had any snow this year. It actually snowed on Halloween, and then that was the last of our snow. So although it is not unusual for it not to snow in December here in the beautiful state of Wisconsin / the city of Milwaukee. I shouldn't say in Wisconsin. I should say in Milwaukee. It is not unusual for us not to have snow in December because December is basically fall, right? And so you don't flip over to winter until the 21st. And then, yeah. So, but back into my routine after being gone. Up at my mom's and all that. And sorry, my Bear Grease is a nut job. So you're going to have to deal with that. It's okay. I'm not a fancy YouTuber. And I just realized that my nail is broken. So let's fix this. Okay. So, overall things are going good. So I had a check-in, with my coach this morning. So I did not take a picture though of my little printout, and you know what, I need to like get all of them and like plot it on a graph because the way that the scale at the gym does it, it doesn't like give you like a trend line. It's weird. So anyway, but this morning on my scale here, I was like 178.4, and on that scale, I think I was 177.8. So somewhere in there is my actual body weight. So I am out of the 180s, which is amazing. It's the first time, I would say since, believe it or not, 2011. No, that can't be right. No, that is right. 2011, since I have been in the 170s, maybe 2010-ish. And I was at these numbers when I wasn't doing this properly. So I don't want to glorify that because I don't think that's right either. So just so you know, this is the first time I've been at these numbers with training properly, eating properly, all of the things. So I have had an initial goal of trying to get to about 160. But today when I was talking to my coach, she's like, why don't we try 170? And let's just see how you feel at that number because I do have quite a bit of muscle mass. And so I don't know. Like, do I think it's possible? Yeah. Because in theory, I should only weigh like 125 pounds, which is ridiculous. I mean, let's be real. Height weight charts are made up by insurance companies, not by doctors. And they don't take into consideration muscle mass, all that stuff. So I'm going to try like 7 or 8 more pounds and then maybe switch into a maintenance phase. If not, we'll just keep going and then switch into that phase later. But, today, I did say that I would like to talk about that, just about like, let's be realistic. My coach and I actually both had very close starting weights when we were at our heaviest. So she was, I think, like 315 at her heaviest. I was like 297. So, and she's a little taller than I am. She has a very different, like, she's narrower than I am, if that makes sense. Like, I talk about her body like that, but like, we do not have the same body type. And so, and we do different types of training too. Like she does, obviously she lifts weights like I do, but she also does like Brazilian jiu-jitsu on the side and does some other things where I don't do that. So like we have a little different lifestyle, whatever. But I would say she's got to be 165, maybe. I would say probably about that. So she and I think has a really interesting and healthy perspective on like what is realistic when you've been as heavy as we both have been at some point in our lives, but also having kind of a weight issue like long term, right? Like I've always had that, and I'm pretty sure she has too. Just always kind of struggled with, maintaining body weight and whatnot. And she's done really well. Like, over the last number of years, like her weight has been pretty stable. So I think, like that's really good for her. So I think we're having a very nice, honest conversation about like, what is realistic, let's get to 170 in the next, couple of months and like, let's just see how we feel. And so that's the goal for right now. And if anything changes, I will let you know. But I said, I had a surprise for you guys. So if any of you watch my shorts, you will know that in addition to Bear Grease, there is a little tabby in my house again. And he's right here next to me making all this noise. So I'm going to try to catch him. Gatsby, Great Gatsby, Great Gatsby. I might not be able to catch him. So, but I wanted to let you guys know. So I want to preface this with, I miss Kitty more than anything. Literally more than anything. Like, he was my ride or die for 17 years, and that can never be replaced. And nor would I want to, right? Like you don't replace that. It's like replacing your best friend, right? That you've had forever. And, you never replace that, right? You can only add to it. And so, right after Kitty passed away, oh my gosh, I don't have time to answer this. Okay, I'm back. So that was my old boss that called. I missed working with her. So now we're in my kitchen. It's messy. Don't look at it. I haven't filmed a video in my kitchen in a hot second. Getting something to drink. Monster, Sunrise, not my favorite. And then can I flip this around? I don't even know. But I am making, some frozen macaroni. I don't even know. There we go. Frozen macaroni. Believe it or not, it's from Aldi's. It's like a lemony pasta, and it comes frozen with like the like sauce already in it, and you just heat it up. And for those of you who know, I'm Italian, and it's sort of blasphemous. However, it's really good. So 10 out of 10 recommend if you can find it at your local Aldi's. Anyway, so I wanted to share with a surprise for you guys. So because I Googled, like cat rescues in my area or whatever, I also got the pages for like the Humane Society and all of that stuff, right? And so I started clicking through and I saw this little kitten and his name was Norman. And I just thought it was adorable. And he was adorable. He was like an 8-week-old tabby cat. And I thought it was funny that his name was Norman because my boss's name is Norman. And so I was like, oh, wouldn't that be funny if I got a cat named Norman? Just like, haha, funny, right? Got it? Okay. So I was on Instagram with a friend of mine from work who happens to live in the UK where my boss lives. I don't know if I've ever told you guys that. My boss sits in the UK. He lives in somewhere in the UK. He does not live in London. I think he's like 3 hours away from there. But anyway, and I said, I saw this kitten and his name was Norman. And she's like, oh my God, go find his picture. I want to see. And so I was like, where did I see his picture? So I was like, maybe he was in this county's Humane Society. Maybe he was in my county. Maybe he was in the county, over here, down there. And I couldn't find him. But what I did find was a 4-month-old tabby cat who had a very serious face like Kitty and a very distinctive like tabby M on his forehead. And I fell in love the minute I saw his picture, and I knew that he was supposed to be my cat. And I was like, oh my God. And so I took his link and I showed it to my friend at work. I said, this is not Norman, but look at this cat. And this is Sunday after Thanksgiving. And I sent it to my mom and I sent it to my best friend. And I was like, look, and my best friend was like, you can have all the striped kitties you want. And I was like, I think I'm going to ask about him. And so Sunday night after Thanksgiving, I emailed because I'd never adopted through the Humane Society before, so I didn't know how it works. So I filled out like an adopter profile, and then he was in a foster home. And so they said, contact the foster. And so I emailed the foster, and then on Monday morning, the foster emailed me back and they said, would you like to come and meet him today? And I said, yes. And so on Monday, which would have been what, like the 28th of November or something like that? I did have to go back and look. On the 27th of November, I drove 30 minutes to the county just north of where I live, to this big ass house, like in this mansion in the middle of a cornfield. And I brought home a brother for bear grease, and he's actually now sleeping right next to me. So I'm going to pick him up and disturb him and show him to you guys. Okay. Hi, Gatsby. Come here, honey. Come here. I know Mama disturbing you. So I want you guys to meet the Great Gatsby. You're such a good little boy, honey. Mama loves you. Yeah. Him and Bear Grease have been best friends since day 2. And they probably would have been best friends on day 1 if I would have let Bear Grease bother Gatsby. When I first brought him, yeah, go sleepy, honey. Yeah, go night, honey. He's like, I hate you. He is so fun, and he is such a big boy. He's actually bigger than Kitty was at this age. And so he's right now on track to be quite large. Just like Bear Grease, they love each other. They give each other baths, they play, they sleep together, they snuggle, they do all the things. And it is everything that I could have like ever asked for. And so, and everything that like, I think secretly on some level, I was hoping he would be like with Kitty. But logically knowing that probably wasn't going to happen just because of the age difference. But anyway, so I wanted to show you that. So, Gatsby brings that serious tabby energy into the house. He is very snuggly and playful, just like Bear Grease. But it's different. And it really has like kind of balanced out like Bear Grease's silliness and his golden retrieverness, right? With this more serious tabby energy. And so, we are incredibly happy together. And I've had to reassure him, like when I had to take him to the vet for his checkup and all that, I reassure him every time that when we leave together, if we're going somewhere in the carrier, especially because I carry them together, I have a big carrier that I had gotten for Kitty a couple of years ago just to give him more room in the car, that they can fit in there together. Like Bear Grease is his forever brother, I'm his forever mom, and like we're always going to go home together. Like he's not being left anywhere. None of that's happening anymore. And because I don't know how he got to the foster home, to the Humane Society, I'm not sure how that happened. I do not believe, though, he was abused in any way. He's just too friendly, right? And he lets me cut his nails. He lets me brush him. Like he's not a barn cat. Like he's not feral. It's not like that. And he did have siblings there. His sister was still there. She was being picked up by her mommy on that Wednesday. And then I took him, and his brother had gone home a few days before. So he's shy like Kitty. So he takes a minute to warm up to you. Like he doesn't know who you are. And then he comes out and he's like, oh, okay, this isn't so bad. But it took him like a month to figure out that this is where he lives. Like this is, even if we leave and go in the car and go to my mom's or go to the vet or just go, this is his house, and that he's not leaving here. So we've had all that. But anyway, this turned out way longer than I wanted to be. So I just wanted to give you guys an update. I survived losing Kitty. Weight loss is going well. and Bear Grylls has a little brother, and they absolutely love each other. So check out my shorts, because I do post pictures of them like giving each other baths, like, because it's hilarious. So, but anyway, I hope you're all doing well. Happy New Year, and I will talk to you again soon. Okay, bye.